heartily. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your very kind introduction. And this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed a very special one. In fact, when I got the invitation to participate in this function, I thought about it hard and long, because it's been very busy for me over the past few weeks. And I dare to say that within a month, I had to visit the United Kingdom and some other European countries twice. So I really had to think hard and long. But I figured it was so very important that I told myself that I would put aside all the other things I had to do and try to make this one. So I consider it a tremendous honor. And to the organizers, I want you all to know that I really appreciate your invitation, and believe me, it's my pleasure to be here. I normally do not read when I go to a speaking engagement. I would speak from my heart, but I think it's important at times that you document some facts, especially at an occasion where statistics become necessary. So I say here, all invited guests, especially from the University of the West Indies and the Department of Government, I want to congratulate the university fraternity for its focus on the business of football. Heartiest congratulations. I believe it's very important to discuss, the very important subject of football. Football is now in a whole new world that demands the brightest minds from the public sector, private sector, the academy, and it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that all these various sectors would knock heads to ensure that the benefits from the most popular sport on earth would indeed get the sort of recognition, and that all the benefits which in fact can accrue from this would not really go away, but certainly would go to the benefit of all those who participate. And as I look around, I see some popular faces. I see Jeffrey Maxwell, who I think they say Jeffrey is in this country the most traveled coach. I don't know if you're, and they say it's not a bad thing sometimes, because if you're not a good coach, then you will not be employed by another, entity. So it's great to see you. And of course, I call him Bagger, Professor, who has been around for some time and who has played his part in the development of Jamaica's football. Now, I look at the topics to be covered. And you know what? I have to give kudos to those responsible, because I see here you have coaching styles, leadership, women's football, Premier League football, the media on football, even the culture of football, the reggae boys, corruption and ethics, high school football, sports psychology, refereeing. And you know what? It seems nothing has been missed. And if we look at football in this holistic way, then believe me, at the end of this presentation, you will realize how very important this sport is and what the sport can contribute to our economic development. So again, I want to commend those responsible for this initiative. And I ask that the findings and conclusions, and indeed the recommendations, I ask that all these be shared with the JFF. I am truly impressed, because this will also help the Federation. As you know, the Jamaica Football Federation is the governing body in this country responsible for all aspects of football development. You look at the Manning Cup, the DeCosta Cup, you look at the various leagues, it is the JFF's responsibility to ensure that everything goes well and that it's properly managed and so on. So the JFF welcomes this initiative and asks that you share the results with us. Finally, on this subject, I want to congratulate the honoree for this year, the one that you have chosen. I understand that Linda de la Pena. And I wouldn't spend a lot of time talking about Linda, because we all know of his tremendous achievements in the early years. We know what Lindy has done. We know that Lindy is one of those Jamaicans who did so much for the development of the sport that, for decades after, some of these benefits are still coming. In fact, Jamaica has been, for a long time, been recognized for all that we've done in sports, athletics, of course, and football, cricket, and so on. But Linda de la Pena was one of those front runners who has done so much. And congratulations to those who took the decision to have Linda as this year's honoree. I think this occasion is we're about to talk about the positives, because in my view, there is much to be learned, and of course, it's always better for us to start with the positives. And I will say positives because this weekend, on Friday, Jamaica will participate in a World Cup qualifying game at the National Stadium at the office. And the game on Friday is of tremendous significance, my dear friends. It is. The entire world will be focused on Jamaica for a number of reasons. We have not been doing so well at the office in recent times. In the last two games, we didn't do well. However, having looked at some of the reasons, we were able to apply some corrective measures. And so, the technocrats are saying, we have it packed, we're ready. And we are going to demonstrate to the people of our country and those internationally that we are forced to be reckoned with. And in speaking about that, Jamaica has never had